Hi everybody, Dr. Susan here. I just wanted to go over with you today, again, the functional blood chemistry analysis, and I want to go over with you in a different way this time. I know I've explained before what it is, it's what I do. I've been doing it for years. It's how I recovered my health. So I reversed MS by using this functional blood chemistry analysis on myself. At first, every 3 months, I would check my blood. But let me tell you what's different between the analysis and blood work you get at the doctor's office. So with the analysis, it's like a 3D view at the blood. So I look in optimal levels, so not medical ranges. So medical ranges are very broad, and you really have to be very sick to fall out of those ranges. They usually check biomarkers that you can be medicated. So they'll check like blood glucose, for example, or total cholesterol, to be able to see what the number is and then prescribe you a medication. That was not the model I was looking for. It may not be the model you're looking for, but that's why I'm here to tell you about this, because it's really amazing how you can see so much information in blood. People just don't realize, because it's the most common test done in the medical world, but it's the most underused test also. So they take the blood, the medical doctor will quickly look at it, see if there's nothing out of range and say you're fine. And I hear this all the time, over and over again. I'll hear that, I went to the doctor, my blood work was fine. Oh, I already did my blood work at the doctor's office, the medical doctor's office. To me, if you've had it done, that doesn't matter, because first, it probably wasn't enough biomarkers to see anything. So when I test blood, I test at least 75 biomarkers. And they're very specific biomarkers, so I could trace patterns in the blood and see what systems are in dysfunction. So I always talk about root cause and getting to the root cause of an issue so that we can remove the root cause and fix the problem. So I always talk about this looking like an iceberg. You know, an iceberg sticks out of the little piece sticks out of the top of the water. Those are your symptoms. The giant mass underneath an iceberg has that you don't see, those are the root causes, what's causing the symptoms to occur. So when we do the analysis, we can see the root causes. We can see which symptoms are being caused by what system in dysfunction. So it's pretty remarkable how this works. Like I said, it's how I recovered my health. I'm now healthier than I've ever been at 50 years old. 10 years ago, I was completely debilitated, didn't know where to start. But this analysis led me through step by step, because it was telling me by my blood, what had to be done. And that's what I do. That's why when you come here to my office, we call it functional healthcare, customized for you. It's customized for you through your blood work and your analysis for me to tell you. So where you have a symptom, so I'll tell you, as according to MS, I had MS, and the symptoms were very much in my brain. The problem was not in my brain. So the problem, or root cause, may not be where the symptom is manifesting. So we have to look under the water to the big mass underneath of the iceberg, and find those root causes and correct from there. So, you know, it depends. It could be so many different things. So we look for gastric inflammation, we check for liver dysfunction, we look at kidneys, we'll look at vitamins, we'll look at toxicity levels, we look at heavy metals. I can trace all this in blood patterns. So for instance, for me, I went to a functional doctor and he told me that I had severe vitamin D deficiency, severe. He had me taking, I think I was taking probably 12 vitamin Bs, B12. I was taking B12, B6, and folate, B9. So I was taking three vitamin B supplements, like 10 or 12 of each, 3 times a day. That's an incredible amount of vitamins. But my question to him always was, why is my body so vitamin deficient? He never really got an answer for that. But those are the things that made me leave the doctor's office after time, because when you can't answer that for me, I always in my head wanted to know why. Why is this happening? So I say to everybody, don't accept what's happening, find out why it's happening. You know, so if your thyroid's in dysfunction and the doctor says, well, you need to put on Synthroid, I would ask why. How do you know that? What am I lacking? What is my body not producing? Ask those questions, because being just put on Synthroid, first of all, I'm not going to talk about thyroid now because I could do a whole series on thyroid alone, but thyroid is not usually lack of T4. And T4 is what Synthroid is. It's a synthetic form of the hormone T4. You have to convert T4 in your body to the active form of T3. which is done in the cells. So there could be cellular inflammation, there could be liver congestion, there could be a vitamin and mineral deficiency. There could be so many answers to that question. And the answer is not that you're lacking synthroid or T4. So the medicine becomes just a short-term solution that the doctor will give you. So for many people, it will work for a short amount of time, but then it doesn't work anymore. They don't feel good again. So my question is always that, if you choose to go on a medication, are you feeling better? Are you feeling better than ever? Because if they fix your problem, you should be feeling better than ever. Your energy should be high, you should be sleeping well, you should not have hormonal dysfunction, you should not have gut issues, like you should not have anxiety, you should not have depression. So if they're correcting all that with a medication, which I don't believe is possible, but you should be feeling better. But the same goes for supplements, I will tell you that also. So if you go to a doctor and they prescribe you a supplement, so a lot of functional doctors just switch medical to natural by saying, oh, don't take Synthroid, it's a medication, take this thyroid supplement. It's the same practice. You see that? Like it's the same trying to fix, you're still not getting to the root cause. That's my point. So here at this office, we get to the root cause of any issue, whatever it is. Honestly, whatever it is. I believe I can fix anything. So whether it's autoimmune, or if it's thyroid, or it's diabetes, or whatever it is, we can fix it because we find the root cause of the issue. So I'm holding this paper in my hand, and this was a really nice printout that Jessica did just to tell more about the functional blood chemistry analysis, because I want people to understand it. This is a way of healthcare for me. So I did this functional blood chemistry analysis to reverse MS over time, but I do this every single year. I do it once a year now, sometimes twice a year, just to see and know exactly how my body's doing. So the goal is to get blood levels to a certain place, and then just check in yearly with me, and we do it again. And if anything goes wrong at that point, or if any numbers are higher or lower than before, we know what the root cause is, we give a natural solution, and we fix the problem to get your blood levels to stay optimal. That's the goal of this. So again, we check in optimal levels, not medical standard levels. I do want to say this about medical standard ranges. They're very broad, which I said before. They're also based on an average of our country. And they change often. They change all the time. Thyroid TSH changes all the time to get broader and broader. It's incredible. So it's not, I didn't want to be looking at those numbers, especially if they're changing. I wanted numbers that I was always going to have. They're always going to be the same, because that's how you measure health. So we're into health care. Our goal is to get you healthy. In the medical world, I believe they are just giving you medicine to I say, like, kick you down the road, like just to buy some more time. Or many times when it comes to blood sugar, testing blood sugar, they'll come up with a number, and they'll say, not really diabetic yet, come back in 6 months. So you come back in 6 months, what's going to happen? The number's going to be worse, right? It's not going to be better unless you make significant changes in diet and stuff like that. But they just kick you down the road until it gets to a point that they can put you on a medicine. That's their model. I'm not knocking that model. I'm just saying that is their model. They're a business. So you're in their business model. And that's why if you're not looking for medication, I always say, then don't go there. There's no point in it. But if you want to know the truth about your health, you want to know where you are, where you stand, you need the functional blood chemistry analysis, because that's the way you can really see. It's like seeing blood work in a 3D view. I've had endless people tell me, I've never seen blood work like this. I print out a 30-page report to you of everything seen, explanation of it, vitamin deficiencies, patterns, root causes, systems, and dysfunction. It shows so much. So I just wanted to talk about this, but I also want to talk to you about 3 things that happen when you're here. We do the functional blood chemistry analysis. 1, you could be inundated with system issues. So you'll have mass system issues. So we'll just always start with the top 3 systems and correct them. But what happens is when you correct those 3, the others draw back. So if you're in that situation where you have a huge number of symptoms and systems and dysfunction, we just start slow, and we'll retest your blood every 3 months to be sure that we're making progress. That's also why I love this. It can be retested easily, inexpensively, and compared to, it's not my opinion. None of this is opinion. This is definite fact. It comes out of your body. I do the analysis, and you can see and compare to it and know where your health is going. So that's what's so exciting to me, and that's why I've done this solely for my health for the past 8 years now. This is all I've done. I don't have a medical doctor. I never went to a medical doctor for MS. I was debilitated, but I believe my body would heal itself if interference was removed, and I sought out to find out what those interferences were so I can remove them. And that's what I did with the functional blood chemistry analysis. So when I learned this, it was golden to me. So I can always see what my interferences are. I can always keep them removed, and it keeps me in health all the time with endless energy. I sleep fantastic. My cycles are normal. I'm 50 years old. So a lot of people see all this stuff and think it's normal. It's normal to not have a cycle anymore. It's normal not to sleep. It's normal to only sleep a couple hours a night. It's normal to be anxious. It's normal to be depressed. You know, people are seeing this now as normal. It's not normal. It's not normal at all. People are seeing, you know, I have no energy. I'm tired. They see it as being normal. It's not normal. They see being off balance or dizziness or all kinds of things. I hear it all the time, and people just equate it as being normal. It's not normal. So I implore you to reach out to us. Reach out, call the office, comment below, and get this done. This is the way to see what the problem is if you're not looking for a medication. If you're looking for a medication, go get the medication. It's easy enough to get the medical blood work, get the medication, you're done. But if you're somebody who wants to heal your body from the inside out to true health, if you want to remove the interferences so that you're not looking down the road at bigger, badder diagnosis, which I mention all the time. Like my MS diagnosis was a big diagnosis, but I knew if I didn't reverse that, I was looking at cancer. I was looking at big diagnoses down the road. And I don't want that. I don't want to ever be forced into the medical world by force where you have to. I mean, there's times when you have to go. I'm the first one to admit that. I'm the first one who went. You know, when I got debilitated and my eyes shut and my right side of my body wouldn't move, I went to the medical world. And that's what I would say you should do too. But with chronic illness, it's just not their wheelhouse. So this is the way to uncover chronic illness. The way to get the answers. And it's not based on protocols. Like I say, you don't walk out of here with a bag full of supplements. You know, any supplement I give is always to change something in the body, and the idea is to get you off the supplement. So back, I don't want to get off track because I get really excited about this, but I want to tell you about the 3 things. So, your systems can be very much in dysfunction. We would just deal with that one piece at a time and retest the blood every 3 months or 6 months, and we lay it all out for you. So we make it so that probably within a year's time. That's really the longest it's been, a year. Sometimes I thought maybe it'd be 2, but in a year's time, we get people really better than ever. It's amazing. The other thing that happens with this analysis, because I check so many things, so many biomarkers, trace so many patterns, you won't see anything in the blood. It'll be beautiful, perfect blood work, but they'll have so many symptoms, incredible amount of symptoms. That's a hallmark of toxicity. You have toxicity in your body. So we have this really extensive questionnaire. We have new patients fill out once they say they want to have the blood work done. We give them this extensive paperwork to fill out. We have them fill this out, and in that paperwork is so many signs of where this happened, where the toxicity came from, where those symptoms came from, where it started, and we reverse that. And it's awesome to find out for sure, because many people think toxicity is not a thing or a problem. Let me tell you, yes, it is. It's a huge thing. I had a woman just here today that she hasn't said no to detox, but she hasn't quite decided yet. But the thing is, she has these same symptoms. We keep talking about them when she comes in, and I always tell her my answer is the same thing. You need to remove the toxicity in your body. And then as we keep talking, she's telling me about where she grew up as a child, how she was exposed to so many toxins and all these things. And she's having these symptoms that when she does go to the medical world, they're going to give her the tests, they say, but it's not going to give her an answer, and it's not going to give her anything more than she has right now. And I also see people all the time come in and be on medication after medication that's not working anymore because they're so toxic. So I get it from both ends of the spectrum. So I did a video last week about a 31-year-old with autoimmunity, extremely toxic, and this woman is, I guess, in her early 70s, and she's experiencing enormous toxicity. Blood work looks great. So that is so inspiring to me, because I'm like, we can help them so easily. Just remove these toxins, get this out, do the 90-day detox that we do, and it may require 6 months, but 6 months she will feel golden. Same thing with the 31-year-old girl. She's in perfect health, perfect. She doesn't need any more medications. They weren't working for her anyway. But if we remove these toxins from her body, we're gonna have her in perfect health. So it's just an amazing thing that happens in the body. So you can either come here and have a lot of root causes going on, you can come here and have no root causes coming on, or the third thing is you can have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of symptoms, maybe a couple diagnoses, medicine's not working, and it's so clear in the blood work you have one thing. So I have this all the time also. One thing, we have to fix that one thing, and as soon as we fix that one thing, you're going to feel great. So it's amazing. It's amazing where you can find out, because it's very overwhelming when you don't feel good and you have so many symptoms and you're not feeling well and you can't think straight and you can't remember things and you can't remember why you came into the room and you're tired and you're not sleeping well and you're only sleeping an hour a night, and I mean all these things going on, and people are just overwhelmed and they don't know what to think, and now they're nervous and stressed about their health and they don't know what to think. Just simplify it. You just come get this done. It's so inexpensive. That's the thing. I was very turned off in the functional world by the cost. So I made this way personally, because I was like, I want people to get the information. So you could just get the information from us and you can go. You know, you don't have to do anything else. But if you get the information, you know, it could be so simple. I have a lot of teenagers now, 23-year-olds, with panic disorder, panic attacks, anxiety. It's so prevalent now more than ever after this 2020 year. And what it truly is, besides their gut being annihilated by glyphosate, is they're mineral deficient. So when your body is sick or it's fighting something off, it will draw and deplete minerals from everywhere in your body to survive. So people get so mineral deficient, you know, and their body's just not creating the neurotransmitters that they need. And that will create anxiety or depression or something in the mind, can't sleep. Autism's another thing. You know, if you can remove the cause, or a lot of times autism is caused by the toxicities passed in utero from the mom to the child. So a lot of these babies or childhood disorders that people are suffering from, you're like, how does this happen? He's just a baby. Yes, but again, I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. Watch 10 Americans. 10 Americans. You can Google it. You can look for it here on YouTube. But it will tell you why these babies and young children are suffering so badly. And then it can be fixed, and it has been fixed, and we fix it all the time. So we deal with every age group, whether it be a child, a teenager, a 20-year-old, somebody in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 70s, 80s. Our oldest patient is 90-something, 94 years old. So this can be done at any point in your life. That's why I love it. It does not expensive. It's an amazing investment in your health. And it's not, you're not taking anything for a solution. You're not walking out with a bag full of supplements. You're walking out with a 30-page report of answers of what is going on in your body, and something you continually follow up on every 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I mean, you can follow your health. It's amazing. It's what recovered my health. I can't talk enough about it. Everybody who knows me knows that. I just can't talk enough about it. So I'm going to end today because this is going a lot longer than I had thought, but I get very excited about functional blood chemistry analysis. But I also want to share with you in the next couple of days or a week or so, I'm going to share other ways I reversed my health. Functional blood chemistry analysis was number one. But then it was a lot of some further testing that needed to be done, but not that much. So it's not a lot of expensive further testing. A lot of it is diet. A lot of it was fasting, and a lot of it was detox. So I'm going to talk a lot about these topics over the next few weeks, so that we can just really get out there and let you know what we do here. And what we do here, you can do here in person in our office, or you can do it from afar. So I see patients all over the country, and we do it by Zoom calls or phone calls, whatever they're more comfortable with. And it's just, it's like you're with me. It's so simple to do. I've been doing it for years. I didn't start doing virtual because of COVID. I started doing virtual 5 years ago. Because it's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. What happened was people were coming here to my office and they're like, oh, I have a sister, but she lives in California. Can you recommend a doctor? And the truth became I couldn't recommend anybody that does what I do. So I just said, I'll do it. I'll call her and I'll talk to her. So I always offer a free 50-minute consultation for anybody who's interested. So you can either put a comment below. We look for those, or you can call our office here. And our office is on our Facebook page, or our website, or in the comments. You can call our office, email us, however you have to get a hold of us. We would love to talk to you. I love talking to people because I love unraveling stuff for them. It's just such an incredible gift that I'm just so thankful for and blessed. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you back in a couple of days. Hope you're having a good day today.